Our first move is going to be a lateral landmine lunge. So we're going to hold our landmine here. We're allowed to load this up pretty heavy. You'll be able to get some weight on this. Start square. We're going to lunge out to one side. Notice how I load into my hip here. I don't load forward, I load back into my hip, and I push off. Load, push off. When we sit down, we feel that glute stretch, and then we contract. Stretch and contract. I don't need to drop my torso. I'm not trying to get all the way to the ground, so I don't want to move here at the spine. When my hip is done going down, I'm done going down, and I drive out of the knee. We're going to do 8 to 10 reps on each side. Remember, we're going to go head after the lateral lunge. We're going to head over to a glute ham raise. We're on the 45 degree here. If you don't have a 45 degree, remember you can put the barbell up and lean into the rack. So we don't want to lean out kind of where you would take it out for the squat. We want to lean into the rack. Otherwise, that bar is going to go somewhere you don't want it to go. But in that 45 degree, we're going to make sure we find our toes. So put your big toe hard into the ground, and we're going to hinge forward. That pelvis will rotate. We get that big stretch here, and in the hamstring, and then we hinge back up, and we stop at that 45 degree angle. Again, big rotation here. Get that stretch. We're done getting that stretch. With that max stretch, we scoop back up, and then contract. Okay, so we're trying to get a big range of motion, push those toes into the ground, not moving at the spine, and then stop at that top of the 45 degree. So we're gonna do 8 to 10 here, hold the weight across that chest, hold the weight down low. Either way is great. And we're gonna do this, and that lateral step with the landmine, we're gonna do 4 total sets. Okay, so we have an alternating overhead press. So I'm using kettlebells, you can use dumbbells also, that's fine. We don't need to go super heavy here. We're gonna start with one high and one low, and I'm gonna switch. Switch, 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 switch. And I'm gonna try to keep a nice little rhythm here going where I'm like a little piston. So one's up, one's down. One's up, one's down. They move at the same time. I'm gonna get 20 total. So every time I move is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20 total, okay? Then we're gonna come over to a TRX. Set it to where it's about chest height. Okay, so if you need to loop it, that's fine. Raise it up, that's fine. You can use a barbell on this as well, but our feet need to be on the floor. We're gonna hang down, we're gonna chin up. The TRX will allow us to rotate our arms, which I am great with, I love that. But what we really wanna focus on is pulling our torso up between the straps and putting our elbows down to our side. So I'm not trying to stand up with my legs. I don't wanna do a big swing with my hips. I want everything to follow my chest. My chest comes up and through, and then let it back down. Chest comes up and through, let it back down. Your legs are there to help you a little bit. You can drive through the ground, but don't throw your hip forward. Next, we're going to a single leg hip thruster. So I want our butt close to the box, and our foot is gonna be on the edge here. I don't want to be up top here, not that that's bad. We're going to get a lot more hamstring that way, and I got hamstring coming at you. So we're going to be here, drive up, let it back down. Up, when you think you're up all the way to the top, go a little more. I need this hip to extend all the way, trying to open this joint as much as possible. You can't just half-ass it like that, pun intended. Okay? Hips all the way up, back down. Drive up, back all the way down. All the way up. It should hurt. You should feel this. Your hamstring might cramp a little bit. That's good. After that, we're going to do our right leg. Then we immediately get up, half our foot on, and we've got little half steps. Up, 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 up. And we're trying to go fast. Notice I never let this left leg get my weight. I'm always push the box down, push the box down. Now I am taking a little half step. We're going to do 20 of these. So 10 to 12, those hip thrusters on the right side. Get up, do 20 half steps to the box. Again, moving quickly, driving that box through the ground. And then we're going to go back into the left side. So left foot on the hip thruster, and then left foot on that half step. So we'll complete 4 rounds of that. We've got our alternating press. Then we're going our TRX chins, our hip thruster, and then our quick hip step ups, okay? So it's a block, it's a long set. Alternating 20 here, 8 to 10 here. Line down our hip thruster, 8 to 10, then we're up, and we have 20 step ups. Still in my gym, so I gotta finish the videos out here. We're gonna end with eccentric push-ups. So we're gonna be in a regular push-up position, pressing that ground away. I'm gonna keep my hips high, pull myself down into the push-up, 3, 2, 1, and gently set myself all the way on the ground. Then I'll reset at the top, pulling my shoulder blades together, my chest beats my hips, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently let yourself down. From here, we're gonna be on a cable or any sort of banded row. We wanna have the cable up high, we're in a half kneeling position. We're gonna be here, pulling down, repping it back out. We want our knee forward. Don't let that knee shift back, okay? So I have the handles in my hand, I squeeze my shoulder blades together, pulling the weight down, and then I let it back out slowly. Pulling my shoulder blades together, and then letting them back out slowly. The last move in this circuit, we're gonna have some sort of anchor. You can use a post, a wall, squat rack, whatever you have. We're gonna have our left foot down, so we're holding the weight with our left arm. We're gonna hinge back, and we're doing a single leg kettlebell swing, okay? So I'm driving through my left leg to get the momentum to swing the kettlebell. Throw that hip forward, throw the hip forward, push down through the ground, down through the ground. We've got 12 on each side. So, eccentric push-ups, we've got 5. Don't rush those, we're slow on the way down. If you can push up, great. If you can't, that's okay too. Our half kneeling row. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, retract, let those shoulder blades out. It's a big shoulder blade right around that rib cage. You wanna make sure that you're forward, you don't wanna be leaning back. Then we got our single leg kettlebell swing, and that does it. 4 rounds of those, and there's your workout. Hope you have a good one. Thanks for hanging with us. If you got questions, shoot them to us. Shoot us in the app. Shoot them to us on Instagram. Come join us in person. Whatever you want to do. We love you. Appreciate you. Have a great workout. On the cables, make sure that you're not leaning back here. Put that knee forward, over top of the toe. We're going to be here. Squeeze that shoulder blade together. Release back out. Shoulder blades come together. Release back out. Shoulder blades come together. Release back out. You don't have to worry about switching your knees. We'll just switch them on when we come back to our next set.